cárcel en Macon. Así que ya saben, eso es lo que vamos a estar cubriendo para ustedes. En estas son las noticias sobre las pertinentes de
Okay. All right. May not start right there. Showing that little lady with the bullhorn. Yeah, so she's going to be sounds like foul. Okay. Is that the people there?
I think it is. Mr. Wilson? Is it Mr. Wilson?
Where are they going?
want to just bow our heads and just thank God for having us here today. Let our presence make a difference. Let the right people make the right choices. In the name of Jesus, as we go forth and advocate for the protection of the lives of incarcerated individuals. Any affected families out here that want to start first, you want to speak, you have the mic, and we will open the mic to the affected families first. Any affected family out here want to speak? Okay, come on.
Well, I just want to say I have a grandson. He's 20. He's in here, and some of the stuff that he tell me that goes on in that jailhouse is ridiculous. And he told me, he said they call I'm his grandma, but he called me Mama. He said, Mama, I woke up one morning. He said, you won't believe I had bugs in my underwear. He said it scared him so bad he took them off and washed them. He said, Mom, I don't know where they went up my behind or not, but he said it were bugs in my underwear. And then he said it's molded in there. And I said, that's dangerous. I said, because mold can make all of you sick. And then y'all don't get no air from outside, no sunlight. They poison them. I mean, it's just ridiculous how things going in there. And these boys are hurting each other in there. They need to separate some of them that's violent from the ones that's not violent, because the ones that about to get out of there end up fighting because the ones that's in there violent try to attack them, so they're going to fight back, and then they get more punishment. So I think things need to change. And then for them to go to court and all that stuff, you could be in there for over a year before you even go to court. That don't make sense. It really don't make sense. They need to do better. And it could be done better. They just, it seems like they don't care. But I think they need to change that system. That's all I want to say right now.
Thank you. Thank you. What was your name?
Denise.
Miss Denise, we thank you. We lift your son up in prayer, your grandson up in prayer, because we do know that incarcerated lives matter. And we don't want another situation like what happened in Fulton County, Georgia, with LaShawn Thompson, where he was eaten alive by bed bugs. Yes. So we do know that even the slightest bug, waking up and having bugs in your underwear, that matters, right?
Yeah, it matters.
Yeah. Right. Anybody else? Any other affected family here want to speak?
Hey everybody, I'm Paula Platt. I'm Stephen Fawcett's mother. Some of you may know he was tased and killed in Bibb County LEC by several deputies. My son was treated horribly. He was drugged. You know, he was curled up in the ball hiding, and on the ground he was tased and treated horribly. Unfortunately, the deputies involved have not been arrested. They have not had, to my knowledge, they even haven't even missed a day of work for what they've done to my son. Of course, the Bibb County Sheriff Department investigated themselves. There was no independent investigation, no accountability, no transparency, no nothing. But we are going to continue to fight for justice for Stephen, because him and others like him deserve it.
Justice for Stephen!
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 No justice!
No justice!
No justice!
No justice!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
We have anybody else from affected families that want to speak?
Yes, I have a son who's in the jail right now. He has mental issues and a drug addiction, and he was put here because I can't find mental help to keep him, to help him, and so they locked him up, and then they promised me from the DA's office they were going to do a mental evaluation and a commitment hearing, but they didn't do it. They sent him to court and didn't even call me to tell me that I could be down there for it. But she said she didn't tell me that. But I I have it on my phone right now, where you can hear her telling me that he would have a mental evaluation and then he would go to a commitment hearing if she denied it. That's why my son is here for mental.
Justice for Sean Soul.
Justice for Sean.
We said justice for Sean Soul.
Justice for Sean Soul.
Mental health matters, and we often know that incarcerated individuals are often denied mental health care. Mental health matters.
Mental health matters.
Incarcerated lives matter.
Incarcerated lives matter.
Come on.
Come on, preach. You're late, so you gotta get it.
Okay. Good afternoon, family. We're gathered here today, not just to raise our voices, but to demand that they be heard. We're here because inmates have names. They have families. They have stories. They're more than numbers. They're more than their rap sheet, more than their worst mistakes. We're here because our people deserve better. We're here outside of Bibb County Jail. It's not a rehabilitation. Filthy conditions, rotten food, overcrowded cells, no health care, no dignity. And let's be honest, if this was happening in the wealthy suburbs, it would have made national news by now. But because they're locked away people, they assume they don't matter. We're here to say loud and clear, yes, they do. This isn't about politics. This is about humanity. This is about the fact that no one should be treated like animals. We're not asking for luxury. We're asking for human rights. Clean water, edible food, safe conditions, medical care, accountability for abuse. We're not anti-law enforcement, but we are pro-life. And we're not just talking about unborn life. We're talking about the life society would rather forget. We will not forget, we will not be silent, and we will not stop showing up.
Justice for inmates.
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 Incarcerated lives matter.
Incarcerated lives matter.
All right, so at this time, we're going to move across the street to that sidewalk right there. And if you have been to our rallies before, then you know how we operate. We want to make our way over there, and we want to make our voices heard. Loud. Loud. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! If we
conditions that they're in right now in this jail, it would be against the law. So why is it not against the law for human beings to dwell in mold, in sewer water? He got a text just a few minutes on the way down here where inmate shoes are worn out due to sewer water. It's ridiculous. It's extreme, inhumane conditions. Shame.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
no justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now. We're thankful for the city officials that are here today to stand in unity with us and to demand justice. We have Mr. Stanley here. He's one of the commissioners here, and he would like to speak a few words.
Hello, everybody. Listen, I just wanted to let you all know that I stand in solidarity. This jail, as we all know, we toured it about 2 weeks ago, and you want to make sure that you have a facility that is safe for the inmates. Nobody who is incarcerated, who's paying their debt to society, should have to be harmed or injured while being incarcerated. That's the first thing. The second thing is we want to make sure that those who work here are safe and sound. And the third thing is we want to make sure we as community members are safe and sound. So we're going to make sure going forward we either have a new jail or have a rehab facility to make sure humanity is on the front burner. And I thank all of you all coming out here today for doing this. You got a voice in me to make sure that we carry this issue forward and make sure that all of our citizens, there's a fine line that runs through humanity that connects us all. And we go to our churches, our synagogues, and our mosques, and we say the least of them. We're going to make sure we take care of the least of them. So we can't separate our faith and our daily lives. So we got to make sure we take care of those citizens who are behind bars and who are serving their debt to society. And let's make a better world for all of us. Thank you again for being here.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
no justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace. Whose lives matter? Incarcerated lives matter. Whose lives matter?
Incarcerated lives matter.
Whose lives matter?
Incarcerated lives matter.
Whose lives matter?
Incarcerated lives matter.
Whose lives matter?
Incarcerated lives matter.
And what do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
shut it down. That's right. And we thank you, Commissioner. As you said, you can't be living in faith in one aspect, but then you're ignoring the people who are helpless. So we do thank you for that message. We do stand in unison with you and any of the elected officials that stand for justice. It doesn't matter if you're Republican. It doesn't matter if you're Democratic. Are you for humanity or not? That's the question. Are you for humanity or not? It doesn't matter your political party. Everybody knows somebody that has been or in jail, incarcerated. Doing a crime doesn't mean your life should be put in danger to pay for that crime. No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
No peace.
The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The divided will never be divided. The people united will never be divided.
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
no justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace! We want to also just make it an issue to help these officials, our elected officials, know that just because you do make a mistake, commit a crime, some people are there that are innocent. So let's not just automatically believe everybody who's incarcerated is guilty. Some people take plea bargains because they can't afford the proper legal representation.
Right.
So let's not be ignorant to think that it can't happen to you. And let's not wait until it happens to you or your family before you come out here and want to speak or want to make a difference because your family is there. Because guess what? Your family is my family. My family is your family. We all are family. We all are connected in some kind of way and for humanity. So it's not that it's your family, so I can't come today. Because it could easily be me or my family tomorrow. You know? You don't know. And this day and age, death has no age limit anymore. Children are dying at the same rate of adults these days. So we're going to stand up and we're going to continue to advocate for those who can't advocate for themselves. Incarcerated lives matter.
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 And what do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Now.
Trick y'all, trick y'all. I trick y'all. And we welcome anybody that wants to continue to speak. We have someone else behind us. Let's go.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Anybody else want to say a chat? Feel free to come up. This is open mic season, okay? Open mic season.
What we want? Justice. We need justice. Yes. We need justice. Because it could be us behind those bars. Things can happen unexpectedly. Everybody in jail is not what's in their intention. You can be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you know, we have to also be more accountable for our young people. It don't have to be your child. It can be your neighbor child. Because God wants us to love our neighbor. And so today, I want everybody to look out for other kids as well as your own. Because, you know, God say, love, you know, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. And so we have to really, really look out for the children that are our generation and the next generation. If we don't do what we need to do, be accountable for them, who gonna do it then? Who gonna do it? And so I pray today that God will open the hearts for the children in pre-K, the children in kindergarten, the children in elementary school, the children in high school. And Lord, I ask you to give them hope. Give them hope for tomorrow. Thank you.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want? Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No
never knew anything about it. He had to have stitches. I never knew anything about it. They put him in a hole. They didn't give him medication. And it was just so much going on, and I can't call nobody. The only person I could call on was the Lord. I can't call on nobody else. Nobody would help me. An attorney, nobody would help me. And it feels bad when you feel, hopeless and helpless. Just as your child, you have watched them from the time they start walking. As a baby, you carry them, and now they're in a place in other people's hands, and you don't have no control over their lives. You have no control over what happens to them. So I just feel like, treat them like humans. Treat them like they matter. Treat them like they got family, because we are their family, and we do care about them. We care about their well-being. We care about them regardless of why they're there. We still care about them. So I just feel like they should be treated as such. No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
We want justice!
We want justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Says David Davis, we want justice. When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
No justice.
No peace!
No justice.
No peace!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
no justice.
No peace!
No justice.
No peace!
No justice.
No peace!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Hi, everybody. Hi. I don't have any family members in the jail, but I do have a 14-year-old son. And I worry about his life anywhere, but especially here, because we live here, and, at some point he's going to have to deal with the cops. At some point. I see on social media, cops constantly posting what people are doing wrong. You know how people are getting arrested. They love to post that, but they don't post what they be doing in jail. I see it all the time. I saw a video the other day of a cop in here slamming somebody on the ground. Slamming somebody on the ground, but they want us to respect them. Where's the respect for us? Where's the respect? You got people in there dying, sick. You're not paying for no medical bills. You're not paying for anything. Like, it's so disheartening to see, because our tax dollars go to them. Our tax dollars go to them. And you don't have any respect for the people incarcerated? Now, I know there's people in jail that have done something horrific. I get that. But that does not mean you get to mistreat them. That does not mean you have all this mold and stuff to get them sick. People are dying in jail. You got blood on your hands. I'm so disappointed in that, and it's getting worse. I see the rats, the mold, it's disgusting in there. Bed bugs, all that. All them officers need to sleep in there for a couple days and see how I feel. Yeah. Be locked up with them. So you can have some humanity towards people going through that. No, but they on a power trip. Don't be an officer, you're going to mistreat people like that. And the mayor want to party with us, go to all these concerts with us, say, oh, I'm developing downtown.
Where is he?
Where is he at?
Right here.
You put all this money into downtown, but you won't fix this jail. Where is the help for these people? Feeding them I'm trying not to curse. I'm from Jersey. I'm sorry. But I really. But where's the help for them? Don't sit there and party with us. Don't sit there and come to concerts with us and then don't do nothing about even the homeless people downtown. Their lives matter too. He needs to be down here fixing what's going on. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you.
Is the mayor here? Anybody see the mayor here? He had a lot to say on social media. The mayor had a lot to say on social media, and we gave him an opportunity to come and address everyone because he had a lot to say. That lady is right. He bragged on social media on how he was throwing so much money in this place. And, you know, my question was, if you're throwing so much money in it, why are they living in filth? Why are they living with rats? Why are they living in sewage water?
Why?
You know, she when we came down here, we received a message, and I think she alluded to it earlier. A lady said that her son's shoes had completely decayed under the bottom because of the sewage water had backed up inside of the jail. And our tax money is going to this place, and it's filthy. It's despicable what's going on in there. And so I don't care if we have 5 people out here, I don't care if we have 10 people out here, 20 people out here. Before we leave, they're going to know we've been out here. Because what's going on behind those walls is despicable. Half of those people that's in there, half of them, probably 95% of them, haven't even been found guilty of a crime. They're waiting on the justice system. Some of them been waiting 2, 3 years, 4 years to go to trial. It's ridiculous. And so, as I said, I don't care if it's 3 people out here, 4 people out here. Before they leave, we're going to know that we've been out here because we're tired of it. We're sick of the pictures. They've had so much time to fix this jail. They've had so much money thrown into it. Where's the money at? Where's the money? Because that jail right there on the side over there, the oldest part, I was talking to the commissioner about it, the oldest part, nobody should live in there. No, not one soul should be in that place. And if you don't have the bed space to house them, let them go. There's other facilities that can house them, but these are human beings. Human beings. And that seems to miss some people. At the end of the day, they're human beings. They did not receive a death sentence. And living in those places, in that place, is an absolute death trap. It's ridiculous. It's violent. It's inhumane. And before we leave, they're going to know that we're here. What do we want? Justice! What do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want it? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! There's the sheriff. Sheriff, come on out. We'd love to have you. Sheriff Davis, come on out. We'd love to have you.
Sheriff Davis got blood on his hands.
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 David Davis got blood on his hands.
David Davis got blood on his hands.
Sheriff Davis got blood on his hands.
Sheriff Davis got blood on his hands. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
So as we see, the sheriff will not come out.
Hey, can I say something? Can I say something about this?
We're live right now, but we can't
He's an elected official. He's an elected official. He's an elected official. He should be glad to address his constituents. Come on out, Sheriff. Here we go. Let's go, Sheriff. Let's go, Sheriff. Come on up here. Come on, Sheriff. We got a couple of questions for you. Got a couple of questions for you, Sheriff. Come on up.
He's coming up.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Here we got one guy that wants to speak before the sheriff speaks, and we're gonna listen to this story on something that just happened to his son inside of this dangerous facility a couple days ago.
Hello, yes, my name's Robert Gilmore. My son was stabbed up the other day, stabbed in his neck and face. This is his 5th time being stabbed up in here. One time he was stabbed 18 times, over the head, once in the face, once behind the ear, in the arms, hands, and they were hiding everything from him. The inmates had to call us to tell us something.
They don't make me see.
What do you have to say? You say your son was... You was stabbed 18 times?
His son was stabbed in this facility a couple days ago 18 times.
18 times.
18 times. Not the first time.
And we ain't heard nothing on the news about
Not the first time. So we're going to let the sheriff address us, and we're going to be as peaceful and civil as possible, and let the sheriff have the floor. Go ahead, Sheriff.
Just press it and hold it in when you talk.
Got it? Don't put it in this year now.
All right.
Put your ears around
No problem.
All right, I just want to, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
All right, I just want to tell y'all, I understand where you're coming from. I truly understand the plight that your son has. We give them the medical treatment. We give them every kind of consideration that we can, given the limitations of our facility. This building we're standing in front of is 45 years old. That space behind it has been occupied 365, 7 days a week for the last 45 years by folks that really don't want to be there. And a lot of times they show us they don't want to be there by being disruptive, destructive, and all of those things. But we have a medical staff, we have a jail staff that comes and makes sure that they are held. But we need folks like you all. Certainly, I know you're here protesting and demonstrating, and for a just cause, for those individuals who need your voice. And I need your voice. We need to keep this idea, we need to keep this momentum going, because I need something done about this facility here, whether it's a new jail or some type of addition that will alleviate some of the problems that we're having in this facility that we're at now. Yes, we have stabbings, we have people who are being extorted in the jail, and we have individuals who are really truly sick, both physically ill and mentally ill. We have a lot of people who have mental health challenges in our facility. We have over 1,000 inmates in between this side of the jail and that side of the jail over there, here at this time when we're talking right now. And about 1/3 of them have some type of diagnosed mental health issue. And a lot more of them have physical issues and substance abuse issues, and you name it. So the thing I can ask for y'all is to continue this movement, continue to advocate for those that are incarcerated. And the t-shirts, incarcerated lives matter. I run a jail. I'm the sheriff that runs the jail. So there's no better person. I believe that I need a t-shirt. I mean, truly, because that is my legal obligation to make sure that these individuals are taken care of.
But they're not.
Until they're not. And then the problem with that is, and I'm going to be honest, we got to have, it's a 50-50. It's a give and take situation.
Can we make some?
It's my, hold on.
It's your responsibility. Hold on.
Deputies killing the prisoners.
My deputies are not killing any prisoners.
They killed people.
There's murderers in there and they ain't in the jail cell. Jailers are murderers.
If you, on any situation, please, if you have a specific situation that you have a concern about, if you will let us know about that particular situation, we will tell you everything we can about it. And we will do everything with that. That case is going through the courts. That case is being worked through the courts. It's been through the DA. Justice will be served through the courts. Whatever the courts. Justice is served through the courts. And
This is Mr. Foster's home. So let's.
Well, Mr. Mayor, the sheriff. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Go ahead.
I just have one question. Like you said, I know we're going through a legal process. Certain things I can't ask and certain things that you can't say. I understand that. But my question is, with most cases or most, if something happens, the deputies are at least put on leave until it's investigated. Why are they still working? Why aren't they no type of anything? They just, whatever happens, you don't even let them be on any kind of administrative leave until it's investigated to see what happened? That's my question. Why are they still working every day, enjoying their lives, their holidays? My families don't get to do that. We spend holidays without my child. My child isn't here. They got to work every day. They got to spend every holiday, and that hurts. My son deserved justice. He didn't deserve to be treated like trash and dragged on the ground and cussed out like a dog.
I understand.
Why they go home to their families? That's not right. I'm saying just at least off until it's investigated. That's all I'm asking. I know it's a legal battle. I know that you and I are going through legal, things. But why? Why no type of accountability? Why no type of transparency? It's all I'm asking.
All of that stuff is being worked through the court. On a personal level, I cannot even think about losing a child. That's the most horrible thing in a situation where they're incarcerated. And that's a horrible situation.
All he was doing was trying to fucking live!
And I understand.
And they killed my baby!
And I'm so sorry that has happened, that you've lost your child. But we have to let the legal situation work its way out. I can't do it.
All of us are scared.
That's all part of the legal situation.
I have a question.
That's all part of all of it.
How long have you been suspended?
That can all be worked out to the legal situation.
Why did
the legal process.
How much time do
You have hiring and firing power of these people, don't you?
Your employees. You run the prison, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when did you know about all the mold, all the stuff that was going on?
We got some horrible pictures that's coming from out of there.
And some of those pictures are from months ago,
Doesn't
years
matter.
ago.
Wait. So you know about this?
We spent millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars that's going down the drain because it's not fixing that.
It's still fixed. We are fixing it every day.
I'm really confused right now, though. You knew about this years ago, and millions of dollars.
We've been working on it constantly.
So where did it go?
And you can say these commissioners have been back there. They see the conditions. We have an old, antiquated jail, and we have people who want to create destruction in the jail.
And that's fine. But you have a commissioner, you have several commissioners that have said that place back there is not for human consumption. Why do you keep people back there in a part that's unhuman?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's the only place I have to put them. Because we clean it up, we keep it cleaned up, we do the best we can. But the inmates can help us with that too. We have inmates who work every day to destroy things, who go and throw their food out into the cell block. But some of it is the blame of them. But it also has to do with our cleanup, and it also has to do with our maintenance and the oldness of the facility.
So if you're
I'm doing all we can
millions of dollars in this facility, why would it still be messed up if you put millions of dollars in it?
Because it is what did I tell you before? We have people who are in there 24/7, 365, who don't really want to be there, and a lot of times they create problems. They create and they tear up stuff, and they do some things. And this is not just a Bibb County jail. Fulton County, the state prisons.
We're at Bibb County right now, Sheriff. We gave you an opportunity.
I understand that.
We've given the sheriff an opportunity. We're giving the sheriff an opportunity, and we're not going to blame and name game. We're not doing that.
They're not even going to court. That's why you got so many on
now that, wait, hold on now. Hold on. The part about being the court, we're a holding facility. I would release every inmate in the Bibb County Jail today if I had a release order from the court. And I cannot do it until I do so.
Half of those people, hold on. Half of those people in there, probably 95% of them, are being held. They have not been found guilty of any crime whatsoever. And you are an elected official, and the citizens of Bibb County elected you to run a humane jail. You have failed to do so.
I do it every day.
Let me say this very quick too, Bob.
I'm working every day to make the conditions better. I can't get y'all the dog, but we've worked on this every single day. I've been the sheriff now for 15 years, and we've worked on the problem. We have continually worked on it. I can show you everything we've done.
Let me say this, please, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to talk about, let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to talk about the staff, and I'm sure the sheriff will talk to you about that, but if you want to talk about the dollars as far as who's responsible for the jail, Macon-Bibb is responsible for fixing this jail, okay? Or building a new jail. That question maybe should go down to 700 Poplar Street. I don't know who hears me saying that, because I'm one of the members of 700 Poplar Street. But you need to go down and take your concerns also to the mayor as well. And make sure he's part of this narrative, okay? All right.
You're gonna come down there with us?
I'll come
No,
with
I'm
you.
talking to him. So you run the jail.
I was down there this morning. We had a meeting this morning.
Because we all need to talk to him, and then he's responsible for it.
I can't do anything unless they give us the money and the plans.
But if you back us up,
I hear you.
we all can
He's been getting money.
Yeah, let's
He's been getting money for years. Where's
let's
that?
go back. But you talk to him without us. Let's all go down there with you so you can back us up. If you're really serious about it, you will come with us.
We will back you up if you're
Yeah,
serious.
I got that. We're serious. We're talking about that. We're doing everything we can in the governmental functions that we have. We had a meeting this morning about the process going forward to build a facility.
And what was
to
the
look at-
result of that?
We're going to do something. We are going to
When?
put
That's
out.
the question. Y'all have been doing this for years.
This is a governmental thing. I wish I could snap my fingers and have a jail tomorrow.
It doesn't matter. Okay,
But
it's
you
not.
start
It's
the
not gonna-
process.
it's-
You have to start the process.
So what is the next step?
The next step is to do an RFP to put out to see what type of contractors or architects that can build
And
what
was
we're
that
looking
put out
for.
today?
It's going to be put out
When?
soon. We have to draw it up. We have to draw it up.
So when are you going
It's
to
going
draw
to
it
be
up?
done. It will be done within the next few weeks.
Well, can you commit to at least having a citizen board of some of these people out here and meet with them on a weekly basis to make sure that some of these issues are addressed? When can you commit to the people?
Well, we have committed to having people come in and look at the jail. The NAACP.
They already did that.
We're talking about
Well,
the elected one out here.
I know that, but what I'm saying
what are you
is,
doing?
yes, I've had committed with the NAACP to come in and look at the jail. The DA and the grand jury was just in here yesterday. We've had the commission in there to see what the conditions are.
But you haven't heard from the people. Can you have a new board of people that are affected? Can you do that?
You get me up some names and some folks, I'll be happy to meet with folks.
So
You gotta get me up some names, Holly. Holly, y'all just give me some names. Give me a representative of folks, and we'll deal with it. And we'll,
Okay,
and
so
we'll
the
have
question,
to.
so my question is, if you wanted to change everything today, you're saying you don't have the resources
No,
to do it.
I know.
It's out of your hands.
That's right.
It's somebody
That's
else's
exactly
hands.
But the
You
next
can't-
step is, you said RFP?
Yeah.
Okay, and you said that'll be done within a few weeks?
The RFP
2,
for it,
3
and then
weeks?
we'll have drawings to see what we know what we want to build, and then we have to decide who's going to do it, what kind of plans are going to encompass that.
Right, so the next step is that, right?
Yeah.
So we can hold you to that, so in 3 weeks, we can come back here and see if it's done.
And we'll see if the,
Or
what the
are you
conditions
going
are.
to, well, whoever's the board and whatever is going on.
And see,
You can get in touch with those
I
people?
was about to say, please hold City Hall responsible too.
No,
Hold us
no,
at City
yeah,
Hall responsible.
exactly. But we need a step-by-step plan.
Well, it's
It
still
can't
an
be-
understanding. It's still an understanding situation, because if we're here and he's saying
it's out of my hands. You know what I'm saying? He's saying I can't do nothing.
Listen, I am just like you all. It's deplorable back there. It is terrible.
Right, and we all agree on that, right?
We knew about that though, so it's that you knew about it before us.
We have changed locks. We have cleaned up the blocks. We have repainted. We have renovated. We have done all of those things. And wear and tear and the number of people in there, it just deteriorates.
Come on.
Yes, we're going through it.
They won't even get my phone.
Please help me. Please help me talk to judges and folks. We have people in here on probation. I'm gonna give you a little scenario. A person can have a burglary charge. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. No, go ahead.
A person can have a burglary charge and get probation. And then they'll go out here and run a stop sign or do something and you're right, they lock them up and they'll put them in here. What do they put them in here? Violation of probation. And there ain't no way I can let them go. And they will let them sit back there in that jail for months before they go out to see a judge.
What pressure are you as the sheriff putting on them?
We come to the judge, we talk to my jail staff talks to the judges and the probation officers every day. We have a list, we just compiled a list this morning of people that we're looking at to be able to move through the probation system to get out of the jail as quickly as we can. Please, give me your name. We'll do that.
Would the overcrowding be a possible result because of what the DA is doing or not doing is the reason why there's overcrowding?
I'm not going to put the blame on any one person because there's a lot of factors. People talk about, we have nearly 100 people in our jail charged with murder. And every one of those cases is at various stages of prosecution. You'll have people who will change their own defense attorney 4 or 5 times in the process, and then the DA's office has to start over again. So there's a lot of different moving parts in that. So I'm not going to blame any one person for that.
What is your responsibility? What responsibility do you take?
My responsibility is to house these individuals until they either are found not guilty and released, or they get a bond and released, or they get out on probation, and then to make sure that their basic needs are met. And I know we're all standing around here because we see that some basic needs are not met, and I won't argue with you, but they're getting fed, they have medical care, they have mental health care. Please, listen, I know that may be, everybody can give me, give me some specific incidents.
First of all, I was incarcerated here. Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? My name is Arden Latham. Nice to meet you.
Hey,
Sheriff, I was incarcerated here in December of 2023. I was actually falsely charged with cultivation of marijuana. I actually had a legal hemp plant. I didn't commit any crimes, but Mercer police arrested me and I ended up here. So I was in your jail. I spent the night and I had a lovely time. I stayed in a cell. I was actually very lucky to get a cell because most of the women on my block were actually sleeping in the common area. I would say there were about 50 women sleeping in the common area on the eating tables, on the floors. I did not have a mat. None of those women had a mat to sleep on. I was sleeping on the metal shelf in my cell. I actually ended up envying those women in the common area because in the cell where I was placed with another girl named Kat. Kat was a sweetheart. When I met her, her eye was full of blood and she was bleeding profusely because she had been beaten by a CO. As soon as I got there, because she had asked to hear from her mother, and the CO was irritated by her asking. She was not aggressive. This girl was as meek as could be. In this cell, she had just been moved to this block because she'd been beaten up by another CO, and she had moved to another block. In our cell, which she had been in for 3 months for misdemeanor trespass, the toilet had been broken the entire time that we were there. It was filled to the brim with human waste. There was no running water and there was no electricity in our cell. It was pitch dark. And so at nighttime, when we locked down, when the cell doors closed, she and I had to sleep on the floor with our noses pressed against the door so we could breathe at night because the smell of human waste was so palpable and so profound that we could not breathe. There was no running water in the cell from the sink either, so we had no drinking water. We had to negotiate with the other inmates to get drinking water. Kat, not to put her business out there, was trading sexual favors for drinking water. That's not humane conditions, Sheriff. It has been over a year and a half since my very brief stint. The only reason I got out is because I got lucky. I knew Leon Jones, and he vouched for me. That's the only reason. But Kat wasn't lucky. She was homeless. She had committed a crime of misdemeanor trespass because she was sleeping. I was lucky. Most of those people are not. Kat was in there, last I checked, because I still sent her money. She's been in there this entire time, almost 2 years now, on misdemeanor trespass. That's longer than a prison sentence would be if she were found guilty. I was on bond for over 14 months before I got found, not liable, before I was expunged. And I was only there 24 hours, and the amount of time it has taken me to overcome this, and overcome is a very strong word, I think, because that will live with me forever, not because of what I saw happen to me, but because of what I saw happen to all those other girls who were not lucky, because I was lucky, Sheriff. Sheriff, I respect you and what you do. I know that you're elected here for reasons. You're not here by mistake. You're not here by a fluke. You've been in this position a long time. I know you know what you're doing. And I know that you can't go in there and fix every toilet yourself. And I know that you can't go in there and feed every inmate yourself. But I ask you for a little bit more human empathy, because I know that you say, when Mr. Fawcett's mother speaks, I know that you say, I understand, and I can't imagine losing a child, and maybe this is just me personally, but I don't hear that in your voice. And I don't see it in your face, because I see that you are trying to put on a political presence. I know that's your job, and I respect that's your job, but we're asking for human empathy. We're asking for you to walk 2 blocks with us. Would you walk 2 blocks with us? You don't have to say a word. Would you walk with us? That's all we ask. Thank you, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
As far as I know. When their computer system works, then I can message them.
All right, Sheriff. So, Sheriff, we give you an opportunity. We hear you.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming down and doing this.
You want to come down with us?
Y'all going up to City Hall?
Let's go.
I may drive up there.
Well, as long as you come. As long as you come.
You give us an escort, we'll go with you.
Yep.
We'll get you up there. We'll get you.
All right, well, let's do it. We're ready.
City Hall, we on the way. City Hall, we on the way.
Ready to go to City Hall?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Did you get any of that?
I couldn't see her because of you.
Oh, it's okay. I have her on my phone.
But I got the clip. I got
Okay.
everything.
All right. You ready to go to City Hall? They still live?
Going to City Hall, y'all.
Wait a minute. Let me. I don't
City Hall, y'all. City Hall, y'all. No justice, no peace. No justice,
They're leaving now.
justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We're going to City Hall.
All right, if y'all can, we're going to go to City Hall. We're going to walk up that way. As many people can go with us as possible. That would be absolutely fantastic. No justice!
Getting them going. You're in your car. You could get up to City Hall before a get them coming up. Yeah, good on your phone. And I'll be there.
Okay. Let's wait and see if David
We got a lot of sound from him.
I know. Even walking across the street.
You did fine.
Okay, guys.
You going over to City Hall?
Yeah, go up there. Go get them. I told you to get G1 to have some water and stuff. Tell them to bring around some water.
checking on that girl. She probably yeah, she probably maybe. It's been a while. So call me back when you find out. All right. What you got, unmarked for?
They're unmarked, but I can, that's why I'm going to say I can fall in behind them.
Yeah, that'd be all right. Yeah.
Oh, Kendrick's going to go too?
Huh?
Kendrick's going to go?
Who?
Kendrick.
I don't know if he is or not.
You want to go get in your car? Oh, Garrison.
I wanted you to go just to get them arriving.
Okay, I'd probably beat them.
I know, that's why I said go. And I'll get them this way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you get them that come in, I get them going.
All right, Sheriff, we'll meet you up there, right?
Yeah,
all right,
let's come. We got. Yeah.
Captain Garrett's going to need somebody here. Come on, get in front of them, Chris. Come on. Put the lights on. All right, here we go. Going on City Hall. City Hall. Let's do it. Let's do it. City Hall, y'all.
You're not gonna go up there and get in front of them?
I'm gonna bring my car.
Hey, Mike.
I just told the score.
Well, you better get them. That's all I can say. I mean,
All right, folks, we're going to City Hall. can't do all that with hanging on. And you can kind of help them move. Just wherever they go.
They have to get off the sticks.
Yeah. Get on. Tell him to turn us back on.
He said you just had to turn your camera back on.
Hey, here. I'll wait right here till they get down here.
Yeah.
Great. Because I'm going to sit.
You still what?
Got in the zone.
I didn't hear you.
No, I was just, never mind.
Okay.
Making us work hard to stay.
And the sheriff said that it's so inhumane, and yet it's still open. So we are going to City Hall, and we're going to hold everybody accountable. Because what do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! Incarcerated lives matter! Incarcerated lives matter! Inmate lives matter! Inmate lives matter! What do they deserve? Justice! What do they deserve? Justice! What do they deserve? Now! What do they deserve? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! Inmate lives matter! Inmate lives matter! Incarcerated lives matter! Incarcerated lives matter! What do they deserve? Justice! What do they deserve? Now! What do they deserve? Justice! What do they deserve? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do they deserve? Justice! What do they deserve? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Incarcerated lives matter! Incarcerated lives matter! Inmate lives matter! Inmate lives matter! If they don't get it, shut it down! 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 No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Thank you guys for being here. We thank you to the elected official. What is your name, sir? Dr. Karen. Well, Dr. Karen, we appreciate you being here today. We hope inmates' life and incarcerated lives matter to you as it does to us. It does. So we thank you. Even the sheriff has admitted that there are severe cases in Bibb County Jail right now of people with mental health issues. People are dying. inhumane conditions of that jail. And we're here for answers. We would like to speak with the mayor. We would like for him to come and address the public, to come up with some solutions.
The mayor is not here. The mayor had a lot to say on social media leading up to this. I'm not on social media. I don't know what he had to say. But I can tell you that he is not here now, and we are certainly in harmony with doing something about the jail.
Okay, you're the mayor's spokesperson.
No, not today. Well, we came here because we were just at the jail, and the sheriff admitted, which is, I thought, he may have been doing it the most, but he said it was the most inhumane jail. We are aware of that. You all are not bringing any news to us. There was a meeting this morning to address what can be done at the jail. And of course, there's a lot of things can be done about it, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and we can't change the jail in a day either. So, but there are some things being done to improve the situation at the jail. Let's make it clear. What do you need done? You tell me what you need done. What needs to be done? I don't want, listen, you all were at the sheriff's office.
The sheriff said we needed whatever it is. He said it could be done in a few weeks.
Okay, but that's from the sheriff. The sheriff runs the jail. We don't run the jail.
But he had a meeting with the mayor.
No, we don't run the jail. The sheriff runs the jail, and you all need to understand that. Hold on. The sheriff is coming right up the steps, so he's going to come up. Okay, yeah, let the sheriff up. He's the one running the jail. Okay, so he's coming. So we don't want no miscommunication, no confusion. Exactly. So we're going to let him tell you what he just told you. He ain't going to tell me nothing, because I don't have anything to do with the jail. You're not elected. You're probably going back. No, I'm not going back. You ain't going to come here. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Justice! What do we want? No justice! No justice! I can be in the fire. Justice! What do we want? You don't talk to me like that. This is how we act. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! You're not going to overtake it. We're here. We're in full numbers, and we come for justice. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Clouds in a suit, but we're still here. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Here's the shame. What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! No justice! No peace!
Just laugh. You don't care about those inmates.
You don't care. You don't care. Hey, boy.
You don't need to tell us anything. You don't need to tell us anything. You're trying to waste your own good time. You got no answer.
You are doing a lot of deflection. You're doing a lot of deflection is what you're doing. You're the yes man. We don't want a yes man. You're yes man. You're yes man. We didn't come for a yes man. I'm out here to see you all. Well, we don't want to see you anymore. To see what your complaints are. To see what your complaints are. You're dismissed. You're not here to see us. You're dismissed. For community engagement, we were doing very good until they sent you out. We were doing very good until you came out here. Yeah, we were doing great. Fantastic. Now we got a class.
You taking us
Make it make sense.
You wasting our time. You got no business.
We got no answers. We came for answers. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? What do we want? Justice. sheriff, like, he ain't getting into that. You don't set a fire there.
And the mayor can be not here.
Mayor knew it.
You don't know anything for that matter.
The mayor had a lot to say on social media the last month. And now, conveniently today, after he did all that boasting on social media on how much money he was giving that jail, now today he's not here for the people. He did a lot of talking on social media. And then conveniently he's not here. But he's going to hear, no justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! You think it's funny, but it's not funny. The people that are in that jail that's dying, the sheriff has said it, there's hundreds of people that's sitting there, and we don't think anything is funny. We don't think anything is funny.
You just being disrespectful. You disrespect people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. We're here to solve the issue, okay? Let's let calmer heads prevail right now, okay? We're here to solve the issue of the jail. That's enough blame to go around. The fact of the matter is, we want to make sure, and I want you all to please keep pressure on us, the commissioners, keep pressure on the administration to make sure we do the right thing, to build a new jail or to build a rehab facility.
Who is that?
That is the one thing that we want to make sure takes place. So let's not lose sight of that, okay? Let's make sure that for those individuals who are incarcerated down there, we get the answers solved for them.
So is this man right here a part of the county or the city? Is he employed here?
He's a community.
Because we don't think anything is funny. We don't think anything. And that grin he got on his face, we don't think it's funny. So
we were doing just fine. So you can take your behind on back in there to your nice comfy office. But we got people that's in the jail that's dying. And you think it's funny?
I don't think it's funny.
Okay. Well, we out here, no justice.
I think you funny.
No justice. No peace. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
Who was it?
Yeah, you go.
Go right there.
We know we used to work in the ER here. We've seen what happens to inmates, and regardless of what someone has done, they deserve humane treatment and, you know, basic cleanliness, clean, healthy food, clean water,
safety,
a mattress, safety. You know, no one should be getting hurt in the jail. So we very much support this, and I'd like to see Macon come together. We need both rehab and a better jail, and whatever community services we can decrease crime and treat people humanely.
And this is what she was saying earlier. It's across the spectrum.
Yes.
Democrat, Republican, Independent. It's all walks of life that are asking for this. So I appreciate it.
And you don't need a new jail to start rehab. You don't need a new jail to start rehab and mental health services. You don't need a new jail for that. There's resources there, so we're not gonna use that as an excuse. We gotta have a new jail before we can get mental health services and rehab. And we don't need that. There's community partners, I'm sure, that would partner but Macon-Bibb County to make that happen. So
Well,
we don't need a new jail for that.
We got an affected person here who wants to speak. Good evening, people. We're here. My name's Carrie Bronson. I'm retired from the state of Georgia. The sheriffs, they're not all that about now. They just as scared of the inmates as the inmates are scared of us. But what I'm saying, let's stop the killing. Let's find a better way. How about we got children and families that we love? So the inmates got family and children that they love. I'm saying put yourself in their position. Have a heart. I mean, we got some of them that's real mental, real crazy. But what I'm saying, we got to find a way to put them in just a facility, mental health facility of the jail if they have to. They can't be in with the same inmates because their mind is not where it needs to be. Even if they have to move the jail out of the city of Macon, put it out on wherever they want to put it out, on the outskirts of Georgia. This don't need to be. We need to come together. I'm 76 years old. My marching days, I thought it was over. But this is injustice. I got to, high creek, quality, whatever I can do. We got to try to make this better. We sick and tired of burying our young folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Anybody else want to speak?
Jail is not a sentence. It is a holding place for people, many of which have not even been committed of any... Jail is not a sentence. It is a holding place, and many of these people in here have not been convicted, let alone found guilty of any crime, and yet they are being held in squalor because the people running this place do not see the people in there, our brothers, our siblings, as people. They see them as thugs and animals, and they hire deputies who shoot and kill them on the floor. They hire COs who beat them for asking to call their mother. And these people come out here and they laugh at us as we call for justice. This is unacceptable, and these people need to be out of government immediately.
Fuck you! You're blowing your heads, buddy. That's late. That's late. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Fuck you and your stupid hat.
Justice can never be for profit.
Just right up. Just right up.
Prison should never be for profit.
All right, let's be civil, please.
Make sure we keep the pressure on.
Let's be civil. All right, anybody else? Any other comments?
Can I say something kind of close it up?
Sheriff, you trying to overtake our press conference?
No, y'all go ahead. No, I ain't trying to do that. Listen, I hear you. You got a movement going here. We got to keep it going in this community. I know some of y'all are not even from around here, but we got to keep the pressure on. Commissioner Stewart here, those are the folks that are going to make the final decisions whenever we do decide, whenever we look at what we're going to build. It takes a little time. It's government work. We're working as fast as we possibly can. I promise you that. Anybody that wants any updates, contact us. You contact us through our public affairs. You can contact me. People that know me know that I'm accessible. They can get me on the cell phone. We will be happy to follow up and talk to people and go over your concerns. But this is something that needed to happen. We need to make this happen. We need to make this movement happen. It needs to happen not only in Bibb County, it needs to happen in the state of Georgia with the Department of Corrections and all these others. And I'm not trying to transfer any blame or any other issues, but this is a problem we're dealing with all across the state. And it's been touched on, the mental health issue. We've got to advocate for the mental health issue. We have got to get better treatment, better facilities, and better medicine and better care for our individuals who have mental health challenges so they won't wind up in my jail. You ask any sheriff in Georgia, they're going to tell you they're the mental health hospital for their community. And that does not need to be that way.
With the DA to get some of these people out?
Yes, we can constantly in talks with them. We talk with
Because she's
probation.
not moving to get people out that don't
We're
belong.
getting
And why are you
we
not
y'all
talking to the
her.
officers and having them trained so they know the difference between a mental health patient and somebody that's doing something wrong?
Our officers are trained in crisis intervention to know mental health.
So how do they wind up in jail if they're so trained?
Because when they break a law and there's no other option, they have to come to jail. And that's when we have mental health facilities. River Edge, everybody here around here is familiar with River Edge. They are our mental health provider in the jail. And they continue. But is it perfect? No. That's why we're all standing out here now, because it's not perfect. We need to keep working, keep advocating, and keep moving. And I promise I'm going to do that.
Can we get a meeting with you and the DA to work together?
Because the mayor knew we were coming.
The mayor
He knew he was coming.
He wants to party with us, but he can't be here
Well,
for
let me say this. Let me say this.
That's on them. I mean, I was here. I knew y'all been coming for the last month, so I'm good.
Sheriff, we heard you. We heard you twice.
Thank you.
And I think it's a demonstration on how peaceful we are and intended to be.
And united.
And united. But what we're going to do from moving forward is we're going to hold feet to the fire. We don't want any more excuses. We got to come out here every month. We will. But there needs to be action moving in that jail yesterday, last night.
Years ago when you knew about it.
And we're going to be here, and we're going to hope. We got to send emails. We got to make phone calls. We're going to do it. But action has to start. And there's no more excuses on talk to the mayor, talk to the sheriff, or talk to the commissioner. Y'all are elected. And it's something that has to be done in that jail because, as the sheriff said, it's one of the most inhumane facilities in the state. And we have to do something about it. So no more excuses.
I have a child who is incarcerated in the Bibb County Jail. He's been there for a year. I've had several problems. Like number one, I had problems with him not getting his meds. He's a gunshot wound victim. I had a problem about him not getting his meds. I had a problem with, I got a call from my child one day that there was an infestation down there. The infestation got in his clothes and his hair. I had to call down here for days begging for them to give him new clothes, new mat. That don't sit well with me. That's not acceptable with me. Just because they're incarcerated, I don't feel like they should be treated like animals. And to me, that's how they're being treated. The nurses, you got nurses down there won't give their meds. I mean, it's inhumane. And another issue of mine, not only to me, it's the jail inhumane. Like right now, my child is facing charges. With some of the charges that's been padded on him, that's not even true. I reached out to Anita Howard's office, no response. I had to fire his attorney, Melvin Raines, because he let my child sit down here for a year and not once came and see him in the whole year. So I'm in the process. I'm retaining another attorney. I'm in the process of retaining another attorney. But the living conditions in this jail, for my child to call me, and I had another incident where an inmate passed away. My son sat and watched that inmate beg to go to medical the day before. And he watched officers push the guy back in the cell. No, ain't nothing wrong with you, ain't nothing wrong with you. My son and other inmates walked up to that inmate the next morning and discovered the guy dead. And my son said, Mama, I knew he was dead because I smelled it and his tongue was purple. None of that sits well with me. None of that. There needs to be a change. Chains need to be broken. Somebody got to step up. Being that I have a child down there, I'm gonna fight until I can't fight no more. A change needs to be made. Just simple.
What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Kirsten Randall.
Can you spell that?
KIRSTENRANDALL. And like I said, my child, I'm from Macon, Georgia. Like I said, my son is incarcerated there. And the living conditions, is not fit for an animal. The stuff that they feed them is not fit for an animal. If they would put themselves in the inmate's shoes for a day, they would understand where our anger is coming from. Something needs to be done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mendel. Please make a statement. Please, we have a prayer request up here.
Yes. Hi, my name is Tanya Neesmith, and we have a family member down there that has lung cancer that has spread to from his lungs to his liver. Bibb County Jail is holding him on failure to appear for a fingerprint, and we have proof of incarceration that he was incarcerated in another county, and they won't let him go. We saw him yesterday. His public defender would not speak up for him, help him, told us to get away from him. There's officers down there that lied to us, sent us on missions all around, telling us we could get him out. And all this, he's 70 years old and he's skin and bones. He's lost over 100 pounds in there. The food, I've been there. The food is not suitable to eat. I've watched officers step over people having seizures and not do anything about it. Not do anything. It's terrible down there. It's terrible. So I just went and hired Gomez to get him out. We're trying to get him out, but they won't do anything to help you down there at all. They won't do anything. And too many people are dying down there. They're dying, and these people don't care. None of them people in that courthouse have one shred of humanity left in them. They will not listen to nothing nobody's got to say. And they won't do anything about it. So somebody needs to step up and help these people down here, because a lot of them has done wrong, yes, but this man is 70 years old, and we don't have much time left with him. They could give us that little bit of time we have left with him. That's all we want. We want a bond. We want a bond, that's all, and they won't give it to us. They've had him since April 8th. He's been locked up 6 months.
What do we want?
Justice for Reuben Garman!
What do we want?
Justice for Reuben Garman! Now!
Shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Can you spell your name?
My name is Tanya, Tony, Neesmith, Nesmith, and my family member is Reuben Garman. They've had him in medical since April 8th, and it's like a dungeon. It's a holding cell. I mean, it's just a cement slab for him to lay on and a toilet. That's it. He can't see a TV. He can't. We haven't even heard from him in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. This man has not been able to call us. No, he's not okay. We saw him yesterday. He's dying. He has cancer that has spread from his lung to his liver.
And I will say, I do want to add, I can't say not all the officers or the workers there are bad or corrupt. Because I stand and I look at some good ones out here, but there are some.
Right here is a very nice one.
Yeah, there are some that don't deserve the title that they have. They're corrupt, they're evil, they're cruel, and they need to be out of there. They treat the inmates, they treat the inmates like dogs, like they're not human. That don't sit well with me.
They treat murderers in there better than people that are in there for simple stuff.
But as long as my son is there, like I said, I'm going to fight till I turn blue in the face. Yes. I'm going to stand up for my child. They might think because he's behind those gates and bricks, he don't have a voice, but his mama have a voice. Yes. And I'm going to continue to fight and push until some chains are broken.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
They need to review
worked out pretty good.
Organizer now.
WJXA, it's been real. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so starting out, just tell me your first and last name and spell both of them so we get them right.
My name is Shanita. It's spelled S-H-E-N-I-T-A. Last name Benz, B-I-N-N-S.
And Shanita, you know, you came out here today, you were telling me you've been out here protesting since Breonna Taylor's incident, just out here saying incarcerated lives matter. The sheriff came out here today and, you know, spoke with y'all. One of the sheriff's office came over here with y'all as well. Do you feel like you're heard, or do you feel like there's still some things that you didn't get your answer to?
I would say a little bit of both. I do feel like we were heard. I feel like when there's people united, and as you see, there's people of all Democratic parties here, Democratic, Republican, all political parties here, and we're not here representing, we're here representing humanity. We're not here representing who's right, who's wrong. We're here for solutions. And I do feel like we were heard because we came out here with passion and with heart, and we came out here for a good cause. We didn't come out here to cause problems. We came out here for a peaceful demonstration and to get our points across.
There were a lot of different stories that were told today. You know, I think one of the most emotional ones from my viewpoint was Stephen Fawcett's mom. You know, she was out there, had a shirt on, and she was just telling the sheriff how she felt. You know, and a lot of y'all were doing that today. When you hear that from people, what does that do to you as someone who has been on the ground, been out here doing these protests? When you hear, what kind of goes through your mind when you hear those things?
It breaks my heart when I hear things like that. My heart goes out to these families of people that have been murdered unjustly in jail. It's not like they died of a natural cause, as she was saying. She said, I didn't just lose my son, he was taken away from me. And there's nothing, they can say, nothing I can say, except for to stand up and try to keep that from happening again and again, as we saw it happen in Fulton County with LaShawn Thompson, eaten alive by bed bugs. You have people here, and one of the ladies testified that her family wakes up with bed bugs in his underwear. Like, it's a humanity issue. And how can you be a human and not care?
Moving forward with that, I think the last question I have is that, you know, for the mayor, you know, we walked over here hoping to get a chance to talk with him. He wasn't here today. You guys haven't been on social media. The sheriff walked over here. He said he's willing to have that sit-down conversation with y'all, whoever in the city that needs to make these decisions. Where do we go from here? How do you feel about him not being here?
Keep joining groups with Brian and the human rights, civil rights groups. Absolute Justice Now, myself. Keep joining groups that fight for inmates. We tell their stories. Inmates contact us daily. Their families contact us all times of night. We tell their stories. They want to be heard. As I said to the sheriff, can we form a committee of community people that are here? Take some of these names of people that are out here that have been affected. When you guys make these decisions, consult with some people that have been affected. That's how you become effective. We all come together. We quit playing the blame game, because he sent us all the way down here as if he knew that the mayor was here. We get here, the mayor is not here. He runs and hides, you know, and sends someone out here that was very insensitive to the needs of the people out here. He was giggling, he was laughing, and that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, it sounds like what would be a solution for you is forming a, whether it's committee or a team, when they go into jail and look at things, have some everyday people. It's kind of what you...
Everyday people.
Yeah.
Everyday people, and also it wouldn't hurt to even like the girl that was here that was an inmate. It wouldn't hurt to get former inmates to come. They can tell you best what's going on there because they are there. They're the ones serving the time. Go speak to some inmates and get them to talk like her. Get her name, get her number. Talk to her. Like, you don't got to hear from people that have not been in Bibb County, because as he said, it's a statewide problem. It's not just a Bibb County problem.
These folks behind you came from South Carolina.
Yeah. So it's a nationwide problem, right? So we need to come together and find solutions. You know, I'm sure back in the day when Martin Luther King marched, John Lewis marched, there wasn't a lot of solutions, but as we progress, people come together and solutions are found.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to continue to do. We need to come together and find solutions. Build more mental health facilities. Take these people out because their minds, although they may look normal and you may think they're normal, but when they start to talk and when they start to act, their mental health comes out. Just because it's not a physical mental health, people think and disregard mental health people. Let's charge them, throw them in jail. That's not the answer. That's not the answer for mental health. They need help.
That's all I had.
Okay, and with your time of doing all these protests across the state, what do you think about the turnout that happened here today and being heard by the sheriff?
I think it was great. And I do commend the sheriff for coming out to speak, because he could have did like the mayor did and just stayed in. So that is commendable for him to come out here. And I thank the Sheriff Davis, for coming out here and giving the citizens a chance to be heard. And I think sometimes people want to be heard, you know, like people calling, they're wanting to check on their inmates and their incarcerated loved ones, and they can't get an answer. Sometimes people just want to hear someone on the other end that cares. And I don't know if it was a political stunt for the sheriff. It didn't feel like it. I felt like it was heartfelt. I felt like he wants to come to solutions. And I hope the DA sees this and that the DA can come together and help him to help the people, to help the inmates. And because it leads to a better community for us all, you know, because they got to come out at some point, you know. It leads for a better community all around, so.
Absolutely. And with, you know, they've been talking about getting a new jail or replacing the jail since, you know, the inmates escaped 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. What is y'all's timeline? You know, the sheriff said, like, it's up to the commissioners and all the money. What is the idea? I know you guys want change now, but what would satisfy you if they said this is going to take a few years?
What would satisfy us now is an alternative. What can you do now? What facility can we put them in now that's clean, that is humane? Running water, running toilets, no molded food. I mean, that's just the basic needs. And let me get Brian.
Okay.
Brian.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Brian.
I'll call you. All right, what's going on?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Brianna.
Yes, Brian. I love how you was just laughing when that clown came out.
Oh, oh yeah.
Popped on the scene. We'll just go see David.
Because she said, what are some solutions?
Okay.
What are some good solutions? Like, if they could make a change right now, what would be a good solution?
What would satisfy you?
Closing down the old part of the Macon-Bibb County Jail would be the first solution that I think would go a long way with helping. The old part, as the sheriff alluded to, and you know the pictures that we've seen. The old side of the jail seems to be the major issue.
and it seems where all of the mold and filth and just dysfunction is taking place at. And we understand that it's old and it's not for human consumption, and it probably needs to be closed down.
Want to ask you the same question I asked Ms. Sunita. Now that the sheriff came out, how did that make you feel? There was a lot of back and forth. People asking you questions, just telling me how y'all feel. Do you feel like you were reciprocated? Do you feel like you were heard?
No, I do. I think I commend the sheriff for coming out, and one thing that he did do was listen, and we respect that. But also, talk is cheap, and you have to put the action that you're telling us that you're going to do. You have to actually do it. And he says that he's been trying and nobody's listening to him. So we're going to see if we cannot work together, if we can work together to go to the root cause. And it seems like the root cause is here at City Hall. So we're going to try to work with the sheriff when we can, and hold his feet to the fire when we have to. So.
And I know the mayor wasn't here. If he was here, what is something that you would have said to him?
Well, I mean, talk is cheap. He told everybody on social media how, what he was doing and what he had done and how much money he had threw to the jail. And yet you can't even face the people that you were so emboldened to talk to on social media. So, as I said, with the sheriff, talk is cheap. Until the new jail is built, until there's improvements at that jail and the old place is closed, then talk is cheap. So, you got to put your money where your mouth is at some point and do the work, and let's come to a solution where incarcerated people can live in humane conditions.
Even though the mayor was not here today, is there still room to sit down and have a civil conversation with him about, what y'all want to say? Is that still something you're looking at? Are y'all based in Atlanta? Are you looking at coming back to Macon?
No, I mean, I think I said, we'll be here every month if we have to. I don't care if it's 5 people, 6 people, 10 people, 7 people. This is a start of a movement where this is one of the worst jails in the state of Georgia, the worst. And you don't see pictures and videos coming out of a lot of jails like you see that's coming out of there. They are very, very inhumane conditions. And, one thing I do want to point out, and I think is very important, is the sheriff himself came out and said that this was one of the most inhumane jails in the state of Georgia. When the sheriff says that, you have major problems. And, as I said, we'll be here. I don't care, but this is the root of starting something that's the men and women in that place some resources.
And like you said, no, you didn't. And like you said, this is not a moment, this is a movement. So we'll be here and we won't leave until change is made. Thank you.
Thank you.
More interviews?
No, we're good.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Glad you came. How you doing?
Yeah, I guess we're good.
I see them on tell Jordan returning this.
You said he ended it now.